Hey internet, it's been a little while. I'm a little bit tired. I had a really long day. I got up at 7 o'clock this morning and went to a feminism conference. Our first workshop started at 10 and we didn't stop until about 6 o'clock. But it was great. It was very open. You saw a lot of representation across cultures and across um, gender expressions and across um, hold on a second, and across like sexual identities, and it was great. I felt very welcomed. A workshop that really hit home for me was the workshop on street harassment. Okay, so first of all, what is street harassment? This definition comes from the website stopstreetharassment.org, and the definition says street harassment is any action or comment between strangers in a public place that is disrespectful, unwelcome, threatening, and or harassing and is motivated by gender. And the motivated by gender part is pretty much the most important component of this definition. It can range from different things as little as saying, "Hey baby, what's your name?" or "Hey, that's a nice pair of pants you're wearing," or, a whistle, to something very explicit, like straight up saying, "I would F the S out of you," or masturbating in public. Like everybody experiences it across cultures, across races, across gender expressions and identities, across sexual orientation. It literally affects everybody. The reason why talking about this issue is so important is because it kind of leads to a downward spiral where, if somebody thinks that they can get away with something like this, that it's going to lead to them pushing their boundaries with other things as well. And, just a disclaimer, not every person who street harasses is a rapist, but sometimes that's what it leads to. And that's the kind of behavior, and like by saying, men will be men, boys will be boys, it's just, lots of testosterone, blah, blah, blah. By saying that, you're almost condoning their behavior, which is really bad because their freedom of speech to say what they want to me ends when I feel harassed or when I feel threatened. Sometimes it legitimately is about people being ignorant and people not knowing what is appropriate and people not knowing that they are out of line by saying those things. But sometimes it is people doing it because they know they're going to get away with it. And that's messed up. And that's why we need to start telling people that we're not going to take this crap, that we don't like it, and that we're not going to stand for it. So some of the things that actually can be done, these people from this conference from a organization called Hollaback came to us and gave us really good tips and resources, and they pretty much said that right now, the biggest thing is getting bystanders to become active when they see this kind of thing happen. One of the things that usually happens is that people think it's not their business and that they shouldn't intervene. But, if we want to live in a society where everybody feels safe and everybody feels at peace no matter where they are, then we need to start stepping up. It's not like inserting yourself into the situation to the point that you look like, the heroine or the hero or whatever, that you don't even need to do that. Sometimes people street harass other people just because they don't know that anyone else is around. And if you're uncomfortable with approaching the situation, sometimes all it takes is just you standing back as far as you're comfortable and saying, "Yo, I'm over here, I see what you're doing, I hear what you're saying, and I'm gonna call the cops if you don't stop." Something like that could be just as effective as you stepping in and yelling like, "Dude, screw you, like, stop doing this." Another way to diffuse the situation without being so aggressive about it is to go up to the person who's being harassed and, be like, "Yo, I've been looking for you all day. Weren't we supposed to do something? Let's do it over here, away from these people," and then kind of lead them away from whoever's harassing them. or just doing something as little as going up to them and asking for the time so that they're distracted, the harassers are distracted, the situation just drops. If you yourself are being street harassed and you need resources, Hollaback is a great organization. They have an app for for smartphones where if you are being street harassed, in that instant you can actually go straight to the app and post your story, and your location will be added to a map so that everybody knows that this happened here and this is uncool. And people can actually like your story, or instead of like your story, it's called the I got your back button, where somebody can click on it and be like, that sucks, but I got your back. And they also have an option where if you are fortunate enough to do that, or to get a hold of this, you can actually put a picture of the person who is harassing you up on the website, so that if this person actually is a serial harasser, you know, his face is up, or their face is up on the internet, so that it's like, this person, look out for them. They might do something. Another thing that you can do is just be very firm with your body language. Put your hand out. Like, I know that it sounds stupid, but just going like this and saying, I'm not interested, or stop, may be more effective than you think. Because most of the time, people are doing these things because they think they can get away with it. And if you sit there and you're straight up like, stop, not interested, they might not know how to react to that. One of the things that they told us, like, don't do is, you know, look down at your phone and pretend like you don't hear them or whatever, because that way they do feel like they're getting away with it. That way they do feel like it was justified what they did, and it's not. So it was a great conference. Learned a lot of things. I feel very squinty right now because I am running on like 4 hours of sleep. So I'm probably gonna go, like, you know, sleep. But yeah.